special guest star Jack Harlow.
You know what the funniest part about all this is the fact that I can just do like this.
Hell yeah, brother. Respect. Wait, I don't think we're live.
I got a notification.
Yeah, but I'm on Twitch right now and we're like very much not.
Oh, I might just take a bit here.
Live.
But
Scott, what's the Jack Harlow beef?
I'm just like not a big fan of his music. That's all.
We have
what a great logo. Oh, I like that one too. Can't go wrong.
Okay, now we're live. We're live on Twitch.
Woo.
We're here.
Okay, sick.
Diego, you keep changing it right as I'm about to. I'm like, oh, look at this.
Okay, hold on. I'll let you do the whole thing.
You're gonna do it again. No.
Hands here. We'll leave it for a bit. When I remember, I'll change it back again.
Perfect. Easy.
I assume it's okay. Dude, now.
My favorite bar in Iowa City had a Taylor Swift night over the weekend, and my Taylor Swift's solid, but I was like, I so badly wanted to tweet out like, when's the Kanye West night? I was in the mood to start something.
You certainly would have.
Yeah, absolutely. Yo, Scott, I had one of my friends, we did a bike bar, and it was like Taylor Swift theme for her birthday. And every guy dressed up as Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, wow. That's tough.
He's such a good actor, though. Like, we can joke all we want. That man's talented.
He is.
Nightcrawler is one of the best. Nightcrawler is one of the best movies I've ever seen.
The best movies you ever seen?
It's in my top 10. I recently became a Letterboxd guy, so I made my top 10 list.
Number one is just gonna be like something no one's ever heard ever.
No. Number one is There Will Be Blood, which is the best movie. It's the best movie I've ever seen. I cannot.
It's a good one,
dude. Daniel Day-Lewis, GOAT. Paul Dano, finally delivered in the Batman. He's getting the mainstream respect. Dog. Bro, think about the running backs we have on our team. Scott Bentley, dog. Diego, dog. J-Roy, I can give him more of a bench guy, but dog.
Dude, I saw a dog at work today that was a 5-week-old little pup.
Yeah.
Very, very, very cute dog. I'm going to see if I can find the video of him real quick. Hold on. Let's see. There he is. Look at this little guy.
Wow. That is adorable.
That's a little guy.
That's a little guy. And one of my coworkers went to go pet the dog, and the lady who was holding him just placed him into their hands.
Oh,
and the dog just fit into their hands.
Oh,
so cute. The dog's name was Peter. So shout out Peter the dog.
Oh, dude! Over the weekend on Twitter too, I saw a video of a guy who's taking care of a baby kangaroo in his house. Oh my god! I mean, that dude is Australian, so maybe I'm not gonna claim to know. I'm not gonna claim to know how prevalent that is. But oh my gosh, man, the dude is so little, and I gotta pull the name up because it just
a little guy.
Oh, I was ready to go to war for this baby kangaroo, man. This Joey, if you will.
True. Shout out Joey. Our Joey. He has a last name for sure.
Correct. It definitely starts with a B.
Ollie.
Correct.
I think that's his name, right?
No, it is. It definitely is. I just every time it's funny in our Discord, it says Joey B all the time. It feels like a bit character in Goodfellas.
Joey B.
Yeah. Then there was Joey B. Oh, the baby kangaroo's name was Bradley, which that's
good.
That's a good name for a little baby kangaroo. Bradley, Brad the kangaroo. Come on, Brad the kangaroo.
Just a guy. Just a little guy. Yeah. Also, like I saw this earlier, flash across the top. This is Walker Buehler's 100th career start.
Wow.
It'd be like a little centennial, you know.
I'm sure he has 70 career wins already because he's a career.
He has 42.
Really?
I think that's the number I saw.
Not my Cy Young. I hope he doesn't win Cy Young this year. Dodgers just deserve nothing. It goes the same for Corbin Burns and Brandon Woodruff. Don't want them to win either.
Like, what do they do to you?
They're on the Brewers.
I know. Oh, 43, sorry.
I don't know if there's anyone that I'm like actively rooting for to like win the Cy Young. And then maybe Rodon. It might actually be Rodon to win Cy Young.
I'm rooting for Rodon.
Because
that's just me.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense for you, but
yeah.
I don't know. Scott, it's you have a guy you're pulling for. Do you think that deserves a Cy Young this year in the National League?
The National League?
Yeah. I don't know if you'd feel more open to rooting for a guy because it's not your league.
I feel like Scott don't care.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm okay with it not going to any Dodgers. I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm. No one on the Mets
or Cardinals.
Well, we're not gonna have one. Don't worry.
I'm. That's good. I don't know. I guess maybe not. I can't think of any that I like going into the season that I was like in the National League at least that I was like, damn, like this is so and so's year. Like I'm really pulling for this guy. Like I don't know.
I think if I had to give an answer for that, I'd say maybe Sandy in Miami.
Yeah. I'm okay with any Marlin getting recognition.
Yeah, I love Trevor Rogers. Pablo Lopez is great. Yeah,
Pablo Lopez has been insane.
He's been crazy. I guess that might be. I think any of the Marlins' top 3 guys, I would love. I think that'd be nice. That'd be nice.
I agree.
Oh, look, it's the worst player in all of baseball, Justin Turner.
I hate that guy.
Horrific. I hate.
Actually, I don't hate Justin Turner all that. I don't love him, but I don't hate him like
I hate
as much as I hate other Dodgers. Uh-oh. It's gonna get okay. I thought it was gonna get Wrigley BS home run, but basket catched, whatever. But no, something about Justin Turner. The pine tar on his back. That stupidest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I hate it so much.
My whole thing is at the very least, I'm glad that he finally admitted that he has a horrifically receding hairline, because for years he insisted on having this decrepit, dying squirrel's nest of hair on top of his head, and so I'm glad he gave that up. I mean, you can still see it now. I mean, the top of his head is just it is Mr. Clean shiny. You should just shave it off. Like, you're not fooling anyone.
Like no one's fooled by that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Justin Turner just not a fan.
You guys think Trey Turner is going to re-sign with the Dodgers?
Yes. I hope not. I think he probably will, but I hope he doesn't.
I just don't know if the old Yanks will maybe make a run.
No, dude. Every shortstop that's hit the market for the last 5 years, the Yankees are going to make a run on.
Yeah.
Trey Turner seems like a Yankee kind of guy, though.
Yeah.
By that I mean incredibly Caucasian. Oh.
2 for 2,
both,
I'd
say. Both, actually.
Future Yankees Scott Bentley and Carson Molinder.
I can't grow facial hair either. They'd love me.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Neither of us. Yeah. Old Steinbrenner's going to call us into the office and be like, how quickly can you grow a beard? And the answer is never.
6 months. And I'll get some, dude, maybe.
Not even. Like, it's just, this is not good. It's not good.
Yeah, same.
Scott, I think you'd look good with a mustache, though. It is. If I
can't, I mean,
I know
that's
it can't,
great, but like it's not possible. So
I know. Same.
If you were able to.
If I could grow the Tom Selleck mustache, I'd take that in a heartbeat. Oh, 100,000.
Yeah, I'd love to try it out. It's just impossible.
I think we just need. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I think it was. No, you're good. I think Carson, you asked me last week if I was going to do mustache May again this year, and the answer is no. And the reason being is because my sister's wedding is in a couple months, and I don't want my beard not to be back for that.
Oh, that's understandable.
Because I don't want a half beard, not super looking in all his photos and stuff.
You guys heard it here first. Diego cares more about one of the most important days in his sister's life more than Scott and I. Okay.
It's really, really, really insulting. But
yeah, I know. It's just like you build a professional and a
personal
relationship with someone. Yeah, you think that would mean something. Oh, it's someone I've known my entire life. Ooh.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
No, you're not.
Yeah, no.
Not.
Neither of us got the +1 either. That's even
I don't know if I'm getting a +1.
I understand not having Carson be your +1, but
whoa,
that's crazy, man.
Oh, listen, I will hang my hat on the fact I'm a great +1 for a wedding.
I will hang my hat that I'm a better one. So there you go.
Scott, there's only one way to decide this.
Is if we go to a wedding together?
Yes, that's exactly
right. Calm down.
Let's go.
Hey, Brian.
Next time either of us are invited to a wedding, we're gonna +1 each other and just confuse everyone.
I'll you know what? Here's the thing, Scott. I'm pretty sure that actually one of my friends from college is engaged and she's planning her wedding right now. So
get a +1 that wedding.
Oh, I know I'm gonna get a +1 to that wedding.
Get invited to Brian's wedding, everybody.
Well, I'm getting just an invite to Brian's wedding. So
yeah, I know.
I'll take. He can save the plate, and you can just +1 me, Scott.
Yeah.
And I can get yelled at.
I can't.
I can get yelled at
by. Gonna be crazy.
I can get yelled at by Christian in person at Brian's
wedding. DD meetup, just Brian's wedding.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, that's what that's for. Actually, there's also a wedding.
That's why he's getting married. Actually,
yeah.
He was just like, you know what? This sounds like a good time for everybody to meet each other in person.
Brian said, you know what? I'm not gonna do any better, and I want to meet all the boys. So that's 2 birds, 1 stone.
On a more serious note, congratulations to Brian. It's been a while.
Oh,
it's actually been
congratulations to Brian also on getting his master's. That is a
huge
accomplishment. Brian is looking up in the world right now, man. Moving on up.
Carson's saying is before this you had nothing to look forward to, but now
no angels are doing well too.
that was it. A lot of graduations going on this weekend.
That is true.
Weekends. So if you're graduating, congrats. Graduation's important. It's cool.
Yeah.
If you're also not, congrats as well.
I got a couple. I don't get to graduate, but I do get to write 2 20 to 25 page papers in the next 5 days. It's a cool thing.
That's just as good. Clearly.
Yeah, clearly, dude. Yeah.
I wrote 2 papers in college. That's it.
Wow. Yeah, I get to couple theses.
You guys don't want to know what I did in college.
Let's just say.
I want that clip so bad.
Let's just say things get wild when you choose to be a Chippewa. Am I right, Scott?
For only 2 years as well. Yeah.
Hey, it doesn't matter. All right, you paid the deposit. It counts.
You paid the deposit.
Made the most of those.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta vibe. Expensive, but
Yeah, it was just a really cool. It's just a vacation.
So Central Michigan legend Cooper Rush, shout out.
Facts. Speak on it. Greatest QB in program history.
Shout out Cooper Rush.
Is there another
the Vikings
one
that one
that
time?
I should know, or
what?
Is there another Central Michigan QB I should be aware of that could compete for that title, or is that just?
Probably not. Antonio Brown's quarterback. Made the NFL for like a couple of years, but that's about it.
What was his name?
It was
Scott Bentley.
Yeah, it was Scott.
That's why he. That's why he's
Dan Lefevre.
Oh, I know that name.
Yeah,
I recognize that name.
That's a name. Welcome back to men will literally sit around and name pro athletes instead of going in therapy.
That tweet goes around every couple of weeks, and I think it's incredibly funny.
You know, every
just go to the comments of it or the replies, and it's just random athletes.
Yeah, dude. Okay, here's the thing. The Chad move is to do both. All right. Some of us are just on an elevated mindset and do both. All right. That's.
I'll get to therapy when I can afford to go to therapy.
Hey,
we'll get there.
Or just let it out right now. Trauma dump on us all, baby.
No, it would take the entire rest of the game.
All right, Diego.
Probably, and then some.
What's the earliest memory you have?
Oh, no.
We're not doing this. We're not doing this right now.
I mean, do you have
Wilson Contreras, what are you doing?
Why did Wilson Contreras just punch him in the balls?
Because Max Muncy deserves it. Because Max Muncy deserves it.
What the hell just happened? He literally just.
That's not a punch. That's not a punch. That was a sensual grab.
That was kind of a caress.
That was what are you doing after the game? I'm thinking we split at Giordano's, maybe some Bona beef. That's what I just saw.
Bona beef.
Yeah.
What is going on?
He said,
"What the hell is that?"
He said, "Do you want your Italian beef? Do you want your Italian beef dripped or soaking? Because I'm one of the two." Oh, that's so bad. I'm sorry.
Why are we showing it again?
Because it's hot, Scott. It's hot entertainment on Sunday night.
Baseball is sexy on ESPN Sunday nights, okay?
That
it's the Mother's Day special.
It's Wilson Contreras gave Max Muncy a little Mother's Day special clip.
Apparently, the broadcaster said that'll make Muncy bilingual.
Okay, hold on a minute.
I'm standing. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm on my feet. The Mother's Day special.
Oh, it was Eduardo Perez. Eduardo Perez said that'll make Muncy bilingual.
I guess, but still.
Oh man. Oh wow. I am.
Oh, that was a good pitch. The next pitch.
I was hooting and hollering after that.
So was Max Muncy.
Hooting and hollering. But, I mean, why? Why did he feel the need? Why did he feel?
Yeah, I
don't know. Understand. Like, you know when you're you go to turn like down hallway sometimes you like grab the corner like the wall and like use that to turn every now and then. You know I'm talking about, or I just have ADHD.
What are we?
Okay, cool.
Sorry, I heard ADHD.
I'm
That's a prime example
by
right
this
there.
play. I'm so sorry.
I got sucked into that. Yeah,
fine.
Mookie Betts is hollering on the bench right now. Like that dude. Like that will make him bilingual. I can't.
That is incredibly funny.
Wow. Yeah, that was remarkable.
I just like
laughing so hard. Scott Wilson Contreras. Eyes. No, but like no. What I said was like, you know, like when you're like in like a hallway or something, or like and you use like the corner of like the wall or something, the hallway to turn.
Yeah,
like, you ever do that? Yeah, that's what he did, except with Max Muncy's penis. That's what that was. That's just calling it how it is, you know? Tell me I'm wrong.
Diego, how close are you to affording therapy? Let's start there.
Not close enough.
Oh man. Yo, all right, I got a joke just for the private chat for the three of us.
I just want to know why. Like, what was the purpose? What was the point? Why is this a thing that happened?
I'm not sure.
Okay, Carson.
I'm not making that one. Yeah, not making that one publicly, but I'll let that.
For everyone who wants to know what it says, I'm just
no.
The Dodgers did just tie it, so maybe this is a turning point. Literally a turning point.
Literal turning point. Looking at a pivot to something different here.
Yeah.
Really turning it on here for LA.
Really, yeah.
But I'm just why? Really, just why? Well, something that we've watched the Cubs for four innings now. We haven't mentioned Suzuki once, even when he came up to bat. Like, Suzuki's been his transition to the MLB has been
fairly
pretty seamless.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's just going. He came in chugging, like
he's killing it.
Yeah, he's balling.
Sometimes
Rookie of the month.
I think when it comes to like a top prospect, right, or a guy that comes over internationally, there's always like a moment in a press conference where I know this guy's gonna make it. When Seiya Suzuki looked down the barrel of the camera and said, Mike Trout, I love you.
I love you.
Bam! I'm like, yep, that's NL Rookie of the Year.
This guy's a Hall of Famer.
That is
like right there.
That's right to the point, man. That's right to the point. I appreciated that.
Like that guy in this moment. He's that guy.
Dude, you know what's crazy is that Cody Bellinger would be the greatest slow pitch softball player ever. With that swing. Like he's comfortably would just absolutely demolish a ball every time.
I want to play slow softball so bad.
Man, dude. I was all signed up for a league and then COVID happened.
Same.
I was so pissed. I was really about to start one and then COVID happened.
Now, Scott, it is slow pitch, but would you are the knees healthy enough to get back behind the dish for a little slow pitch?
Well, in slow pitch, you can stand behind the plate, so sure.
Yeah, but
you
like
can just stand there.
You can do that, but like you would crouch, right?
Scott's framing every pitch.
Yeah, Scott's definitely framing it, right?
I miss it, man. I really do.
Well, I just want to play. I want to play like adult. I want to play fast pitch baseball too because I just know that if I joined any league, that like they're letting me play center. There's a bunch of dudes that are 40. They're like, yeah, we'll let this guy run. Like I want to be out there. I don't know because there's gonna be the dad that has like the dad strength arm. I don't know if I got dad strength. I don't know if I got dad strength rocket like that.
Well, you're not a dad, so you don't have dad strength.
That's correct.
I'm assuming you're not a dad. Like,
I just knocked on wood and said that's correct. And I'm gonna knock one more time. One of my favorite contributions to the Diamond Digest Discord was the gang helps John become a father. It's one of my favorite memes I've ever seen.
The gang doesn't need that to help him.
Yeah, John doesn't need help becoming a father.
Well, he might need help on how to
as a father, maybe.
As a father, I think maybe. No disrespect to Mr. Principe. I don't think he'd take any disrespect, but you know.
He would take disrespect to the fact that we're even having this conversation. Just putting that juju into the world, he would find disrespect.
I knocked on wood. Did it again. I'm covering my bases.
Reasonable. But
dude, can we stop interviewing Justin Turner?
Yeah, I don't care.
He's literally like just the worst.
There's fish, there's rocks, there's whale poop, and then there's you. That's how I feel about Justin Turner. Scott, if you're about to shit on a Shark Tale reference, you need to pack it up, bud. It's a great movie.
I didn't at all.
I saw the gears turning.
No, I was like, I don't know, it's weird, but
oh god, what were we just talking about before that? Let's say a thought.
Justin Turner being the worst.
Before that.
John?
I had a coherent thought.
Being a dad?
No, no. Yeah, slip and softball.
There it is.
I might be able to jump into a league this summer because I have a friend who joined a league and he's like, "Do you play?" I'm like, "No, but I'd love to." Because I talk about baseball so much. They're like, "Do you play softball?" I'm like, "No," but let me, please,
dude. My glove.
I play soccer.
My glove. You can't see it because of my name, but it's right. No, there has a softball in it. That's how ready I am. So I'm keeping the mitt in shape.
There you go. But I play in adult soccer, indoor soccer leagues.
I feel too old to do intramurals at Iowa anymore. I feel
they're not. This is straight up just I play just with a bunch of people who also just most of us are right out of college age, 22 to 25ish. And because I had a buddy's "Hey, you want to sub for us this one day?" I'm like, "Sure." And then I've been back every week for the last 2 months.
That's what happened with me with basketball because I didn't I like to play with my friends. My friends and I are admittedly all not very good, but then I got to, and I play the most I am the definition of every Duke point guard, every white Duke point guard in intramural basketball. It's awful. I hate myself.
Duke point guard. We would have gotten it.
Well, yeah, but I want to make it clear I'm not calling myself Kyrie.
Okay, he played 4 games for Duke.
That's true.
But that's everyone who gets drafted, top 5.
No. They play full seasons. Kyrie got hurt. Kyrie literally played 4 games for Duke.
I just wanted to make it. I was just making it clear.
I don't think anyone looked at you and was like, "Wow, this dude's called himself Kyrie Irving."
This man right here said he's Kyrie Irving.
Yep. Yeah, we'll wait for that clip.
Carson has claimed that he is Kyrie Irving.
No, all right. We're not doing that.
Oh, Carson, I still have the picture of the edit I made of the hat you're wearing.
Oh, that's fantastic. White Iverson, now White Irving. Scott, that's really...
I have a crazy sick edit of Carson.
No, he actually... You know what? It made me physically sick to see it. I'll put it that way.
I might tweet it on the DD account.
No, let's definitely not do that.
For 2 seconds.
I might.
No, not for 2 seconds, because then it still exists on the timeline, dog.
I might do it.
Or don't.
It's a really cool edit, though.
Tweet it on Tiger's account.
Oh my god.
That's a good idea.
Scott, if you do that, then I will make up my Brandon Inge merch shirt, and I will get a nice edit of you in that and put that out into the world as well, so we can both declare our allegiances, apparently.
I have one tweet that it's the most tweeted photo from my Twitter, and it's a picture of Scott. Every time he tweets his dad joke memes, I tweet it out. Just another banger from Scott Bentley, the photo of Scott when he's 13? 12?
Yeah, I think I was 12.
You know what will preserve that photo? You will know exactly how old you are because you're wearing a fighting necklace.
True.
A
Cincinnati Bengals one at that.
That puts that within there it is.
Another banger from Scott.
I'd kill for that fro to come back, man. I'd kill for that fro to come back.
Would be elite.
It was like that for most of my life.
Crazy.
Then I lost a bet when I was 19.
Can you say what the
20?
bet was?
I just lost a it was the first year that Sister Jean happened. And
okay.
My boys and I were all just chopping it up. We all
as
make
one does.
We make a March bracket group just for the 12 of us every single year and have forever. And we were just shooting crap in it. And at one point one of my buddies had Loyola in the Sweet 16, and that was in the first round they played University of Miami, who was led by Lonnie Walker, who I was a huge fan of.
Yes.
And
shout out Lonnie Walker.
Yeah, so I said there's like I understand like they're like the because they should have a high 3-point percentage and whatever, and they shoot threes well. They're like a popular team to win, but like Lonnie Walker's like that. Like they're not even gonna get past the first round. You're gonna look like an idiot. And he was like, okay, if they beat Miami, you have to get a buzz cut. And I was like, no, like upsets happen way too often. Like, no, that's stupid. And he was like, how about if they make the Sweet 16, like I said? And I was like, no, that's still only 2 wins. Like, I'm not, like, I'm confident, but, like, it's still March. And he goes, all right, dude, how about, like, if they make the Final Four? And I was like, sure, man, whatever. Like, if they make the Final Four, I guess I'll get a buzz cut, sure. And then sure enough, they made the Final Four. So...
That's so like
and I've only had one human being cut my hair my entire life. Literally one person has cut my hair from Thursday when I just got it to my first haircut ever. Only one person has ever cut my hair. So, yeah, that bet was made obviously in March when we were all at our respective schools, and then when everyone was home for the summer. I got picked one day and dragged to the woman that cuts my hair, and she was told the situation, and
I feel that she was filled in.
They all crammed in. They all crammed into her like room that she like cuts hair in, and there you go. And that's all she wrote.
This is a more of a backdoor barber.
No, it's very professional.
Oh, okay. Oh, you just said the room she cuts hair in.
Yeah, she has her own room. It's like a studio.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, some like
I thought you meant like just go to somebody's like somebody's got like the spare bedroom in somebody's house. They do it in their spare time.
Gotta respect the hustle, man.
I do respect that. I am legitimately. I had this thought of like, man, like I gotta get a new hairstylist in like a year when I'm moving. And that sucks because I don't know, like the style, like Shelby's cut my hair like through all of college. So she has like bared witness to like all of my bullshit.
Shout out Shelby.
Like, for real. Shout out Shelby. She's awesome. And I feel bad.
I could not tell you the name of the woman who's cut my hair the last like couple times I've gone. I don't go to the same. I go to the same place, but it's not like I don't care. I go to Supercuts. Like my haircut's not complicated. It's like, hey, can I get a 0 around the sides, leave the top? And they're like, sure. And that's it.
I go to Thompson and Co., which is literally
Peyton Supercuts. What about it? Give me $2 off for being a Boise State student, even though I'm not anymore.
For the people that are our age on the broadcast, there's a great Vine about Supercuts.
I know it's great clips. I lied. It's great clips.
Supercuts.
Sorry.
And there's a number. It's so good. It's fantastic.
That is a good one.
Shout out Noel Miller, man. I'm seeing him in St. Louis on Saturday do stand-up.
Oh, nice.
It's very, very pumped.
How about the fact that Jonathan VR like started off this season by hitting like 92 home runs?
Yeah, that...
So wacky.
I feel like Jonathan VR is just a guy that, like, no matter where he goes, he gets his hits.
Dog.
For real.
Dog.
He's a dog.
Do you remember in Houston, man, he was a stolen base machine.
Yes, I swear he had over 40 one year. Like, I'm not bugging on that.
I would have guessed 50, honestly. I would have said that he had 50.
I'm pulling up the B ref. Jonathan VR, notably less career WAR than Ryan Howard.
It's hard to do.
Wait, is that true?
By 1.2, yes.
He'll get there.
Ryan Howard 14.7, Jonathan VR 13.1. Yeah, he had a 62 burger in 2016 on stolen bases.
Insane. That's incredible.
While also having an 826 OPS. He had an 826 OPS, 62 stolen bases, and 19 homers in 2016.
That's not even a juice ball line either.
That's got to be like a 4-WAR season, no?
That has. I mean,
on B ref.
How's it that low? Is it just like? Is he that bad of a defender? Maybe.
I mean, if he was still playing shortstop every day, yes, he definitely was.
Also, can we also talk about the fact that he had 2 seasons following? He had 35-5 on stolen base attempts and 40-9. Like, that's crazy.
So the 62 stolen base year, yeah, on Fangraphs, it's a 3-1 WAR. But then in 2019, he had a 4-win season.
That was with Baltimore, right?
That was with Baltimore. Yeah, he had 24 homers, 40 stolen bases.
That's a dog. That's a dog.
And a...
Look at that dog in him.
He does, though.
And a 792 OPS.
That's that guy. That's that guy.
Let's see his defense. Yeah, if he was still playing shortstop every day, he was definitely not a good
one
defender in that regard. Yeah, 2016, he had -4 DRS at shortstop and -5 DRS at third base, and -6 DRS at second base. So
maybe playing him at shortstop wasn't so bad.
Yeah, he's a +3 career DRS at second base, a -12 at third, and a -8 at short.
Wow.
So and then he's negative, and also negative at all 3 outfield positions.
Miles better than Jeter, though. Lest we forget.
This man was built for the universal DH.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's crazy, though.
Speaking of the DH, Juan Yepez, that boy can rake.
Got a lot of fluke hits against the Giants, I'll be honest with you. 3 or 4 of them were sure, okay.
When I pull it up on BREF, it goes down as a base knock. That's all I got to see.
Okay, Homer, Carson.
Yeah, Carson just cares about batting average. You got to remember.
I care about hits. I like hits. I like when a guy's hits, especially extra base hits. Especially extra base hits. I'd be slugging, but
he had a dinger. Was this his first career dinger today? Or
might have. Yeah,
I know he's newly up. I knew that much.
Correct. He's officially taken Corey Dickerson's spot at the DH when the pitcher is right-handed, in my opinion.
Who?
Juan Yepez. Look him up. He's a classic Cardinals prospect, came out of nowhere, hit a absolute behemoth number of home runs in the minors last year. We thought maybe he was going to get a shot to DH, but then
what happened here? Sorry, he was warming up, and now I think he's getting pulled from the game.
He's holding his fingernail?
His thumb. He's like messing with his thumb. He literally in pre-inning warm-ups. He's getting pulled. He's done. So there you go. He went 4 innings, gave up 2 runs. That's his day.
That sucks.
That's not a terrible day at the office.
He's moving it fine though.
That's terrible.
Like the slow-mo they showed, he was moving it fine. Maybe just like discomfort.
I mean these warm-up pitches that definitely gets away from him a little.
Mm-hmm.
Might be a grip thing. Maybe a ligament thing.
Yeah, Juan Yepez has had a phenomenal 2021 in the minors. I'll give you a quick rundown. Slugged 969, AA and AAA, 27 bombs. Yeah, just hits tanks. And I thought he was going to get a real shot at being our DH, at least like a little bit. But they're like, oh, we want him to play every day. So we brought in Pujols, brought in Dickerson. And then Corey Dickerson decided, I'm not going to do the one thing I've done my entire life, which is be a professional hitter. So we brought up old Juan, and he has been hitting the ball very well. And I want him to be playing.
It feels like he got a dozen hits in that series against the Giants. I think he got on base every time.
Yeah, I mean, he is for his career 7 for 16. That's also not including today, though. That's what it is on BREF right now. And he had a bomb today too, and that includes he already has 3 here. And before today, he already had 3 doubles of his 7 hits, which is fantastic. Love to see it.
It's like more doubles than the Tigers have all season.
He can play a pass. He can be a warm body in left field and right field. I don't know why the Cardinals are trying that, but they're letting him try it. And he plays a serviceable first base, but he's a DH. So
DH everyone, is the crab position for the Cardinals.
Everyone guess how many home runs the Tigers have as a team in 27 games this year.
17.
I'm gonna guess because I know Candelario's got a couple because I have him in fantasy.
He can guess 10.
I'll guess. I'm gonna go for 8.
Yeah, it's 11.
Ooh,
that is tough.
Yeah, it's really bad. What is he doing to his hand, dude?
Is that last in the league now?
I can't imagine there are too many teams with less than 11 home runs, almost 30.
Yeah, but like the Reds might have less.
The Reds are currently averaging more runs a game than us by like a pretty considerable margin.
The Royals could be last. That'd be my only guess.
They don't hit for a lot of power, I don't think.
A quick review. Let's play a game. Who do we think is on 5? Scott is correct that the Tigers are last. There's your hint there. So who do we think is the other teeny boppers to start the year, if you will?
The Royals.
The Royals are 29th with 13.
Pirates.
Pirates is correct.
The Reds playing a hitter-friendly ballpark, though.
That they do.
The A's.
A's probably.
The A's are close. The A's and the Reds are actually tied for 24th. They both have 19 apiece on the year. So it's neither Oakland or Cincinnati. One of these
Miami?
Oh no, they've got.
They have that one kid that's just been mashing the hell out.
They're like, they're like middle of the pack. They have more. The Marlins have more home runs than the Mets this year.
It's got a big ballpark. That's what I'm like really thinking of.
One of these teams was supposed to be very bad this year, and one of these teams was supposed to be good this year. That is your hint for the final two.
Peyton guessed the Orioles.
The Orioles that's the team that's supposed to be bad. That's correct.
Okay, yeah. You guess, Peyton.
We're one away.
There's one more.
Texas.
Yeah. The St. Louis Cardinals.
First of all, Scott, great job because your hint was that they're supposed to be good this year. Appreciate that, love. It's not the Cardinals, though, and it's also not the Rangers.
Okay.
The Cardinals and Rangers are right next to each other in 19th and 20th, though.
Okay.
They're
supposed to be good. Are they bad, but we're supposed to be good?
Correct.
The Mariners?
No, I will. I'm gonna hit the Scott. I'll let you get one more guess in here.
The Washington Nationals.
Well, they were supposed to be
bad
terrible, and they are.
That.
That's correct. It's the Boston Red Sox.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
Trevor Story, rough start to the year for sure.
Trevor Story,
that team is kind of in shambles. So is mine. We have the worst record in the American League and the second worst record in baseball. So.
Yeah, but by how many games do you not have the worst record, man? Like you gotta have a good cushion.
4 games.
Yeah, I don't think it's that much. I don't think it's
the Rays. The Reds won their 5th game today.
We've won 8, I think.
Oh, that was 9. I thought you guys were like 9 and something.
Maybe. I know it's single digits. I think we're 8 and 19. Or are we 9 and 18?
I think it's 9 and 18. Let me double check though. Oh no, it is 8 and 9, right? Why am I right? Yeah. I don't know why I was arguing, but 8 and 19.
Yeah, so we have won 8 games this year.
So 3 games. They have a 3-game cushion.
Our offense is putrid, dude. Like we are literally if you look up any offensive like team statistic, we are at the bottom.
I will say though, Jamer's bat's been getting a little hot.
That's great. Jonathan Scope has started every game. and he has an OPS in the 300s. 3.
Yeah.
His OPS is like an above average on base percentage.
Yeah, his OPS is 353.
Yes, and he got a hit today.
Diego, can you look up Paul DeYoung's OPS real quick? You know
what's sad? Paul DeYoung and Jonathan Scope were both on my fantasy team to start the year.
Diego, don't. Word of advice, Diego, don't ever, ever, ever believe in Paul DeYoung for a shred of a
it was an auto draft. That's why I had both.
Oh, okay. Well, then shame on ESPN for thinking he's worthy of that.
What do you want for Paul DeYoung?
Just his OPS. I know he had a 2-hit game yesterday, so I'm going to guess.
What do you think it is?
545.
Scott, you want to care to venture a guess, or do you
guess low?
Paul DeYoung's OPS.
Guess low.
So guess low. 541 would be like our 4th highest OPS on our lineup currently. So
all right.
Well, I'll tell you, Car's not particularly close.
What?
You have overshot.
Oh, okay. Thank God. I thought you were going to tell me it was better than that. And I'm like, there's no chance. There's no chance. He was actually hitting
433.
Oh, dude, he was actually hitting 114 at the start of the Giants series. Oh, at least want to vomit.
He mashed against the Giants, though.
If Paul DeYoung were to wear a powder blue Cardinals uniform for every single game, he'd hit 350 and hit 60 home runs. He is a god whenever we wear powder blue uniforms.
I will tell you this. I was going to mention this to you yesterday, but I didn't because I knew we were doing this tonight. A red hat with the powder blues looks really weird.
What hat would you replace it with?
I don't know is the answer. I couldn't. I was looking at the other hats y'all have, and I don't think there's a better option. Y'all just need a powder blue hat.
So my only thing with the powder blue is twofold. First, I only
think 2 things.
I don't hate that it says St. Louis, but I wish it said Cardinals. And secondly, I wish that it was more. I have the 80s one in my closet, like the one that they like. I wish it had I don't have to get it out. I wish they had the collar used to have a red, white, and blue piping on it, and it was on the ends of the sleeves too. And I think that would look a little bit better. And I don't need the extra red accent on in the middle of the jersey as well. There's just a couple tweaks that I'd make. But yeah, I don't know. What happened with that ball?
The one that popped almost straight.
Yeah. That thing, it literally just hung in the air too long for them to
It's also 4-1 now, which is unfortunate, but
yeah, we knew how this game was going to go. The Cubs are miserable.
Okay. Here's the Tigers lineup today. I'm going to read off all 9 OPSs. You ready?
Okay. Yeah. 6.
Everyone guess what you think the highest one is.
A number?
For starting 9.
What is the highest OPS on this team?
742, and it's Mr. Xavier Baez.
No, I'm gonna guess it's 654, and I think it's oh god, the new guy?
Meadows?
Austin Meadows.
Austin Meadows.
Yeah, so Meadows is sick and hasn't played in the last 3 games, unfortunately.
Didn't know that. Well, Javier was out for a week.
Yeah, he was on the 10-day at one point. Okay, here you go. 554, 675, 690, 649, 571, 372, 581, 433, 438.
Yikes. Who is the highest? Is it Javi?
The highest is Robbie Grossman at 690. Then it's Javi at 675, and then Miggy at 650.
Hey, Scott,
Austin Meadows does have a 780, and he is the highest when playing, but he hasn't played in a couple of games.
Scott, that's my bad, man. I'm sorry.
That's horrid.
Yeah,
it's tough.
Diego, do you want to read your team's OPS?
Sure, let me go find it.
I don't really need that, but
I'm sad. I want to feel better, you know.
Let me from today.
Yeah, sure. I'll do the same. Why not?
The messed up part is we have literally the best bullpen in baseball, and it just
I know, like the bullpen's been solid.
We literally have the best bullpen in the game, and it just doesn't matter, and we can't utilize it ever because we are never winning.
Yeah, that's brutal. That's real tough.
Arenado is in a 400 OBP. All right, big fella.
Dude, screw the St. Louis Blues, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our entire defense is hurt, and we're still winning games. I don't know how it's happening.
What are you doing?
I'm dancing? A little jig, if you will. I'm very nervous about this series, and it's because we have no one on our defensive line right now. Because the NHL can watch someone literally try to snap somebody's ankle, and they go, "Oh yeah, we're not going to give him a game for that." By the way, we're gonna find him. We're gonna find a man who makes, I don't know, several $1 million a year. Yeah, we'll just give him a $5,000 fine. That'll teach him a lesson.
We're doing OPS, right? Is that what we're doing?
That's what I did.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. All right, OPS for the Giants. I just pulled up BRF. We've got this isn't today's starting lineup, but this is like the starting 9. 659 for Joey Bart. 848 for Brandon Belt. 638 for Tyro. 693 for Crawford. 889 for Jock. 710 for Yaz. And like you're missing center and third. At third, it's probably gonna be Wilmer at 759. And then center, or the last outfield spot, like I'd probably say Luis Gonzalez is kind of taking it over it. So I'll put 797 on it. So, I can't complain. Like,
we got to also remember, like, I'm pretty sure I pulled up Albert Pujols' BREF yesterday, and he's OPSing under 700, but his OPS plus is still like 110.
Yeah, because league-wide OPS is like 670 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, league-wide OPS is the lowest it's been in ever.
A long time.
OPS.
It's OPS plus is a little bit tougher for the Giants, I'll be honest.
OPS plus favors the Cardinals for sure because Nolan Arenado currently has a 216 OPS plus, which is ridiculous.
Brandon Belt has a 147 OPS plus. So
let's go.
That. Brandon Belt's elite, and you cannot tell
what if I told you that Harrison Bader was the only Cardinals outfielder that had an OPS plus over 100 right now? Because that's real.
I believe it.
I would not have. Cardinals OPS this year is surprisingly gooder, actually. Cardinals OPS is definitely that 525 is not looking great. Goldschmidt 759, Edman King 895, DeYoung 433, Arenado 1071, O'Neill 607, Bader 680, Carlson 577. And then of our random platoon DH options, we got Dickerson's OPSing 439, Pujols at 695, and then old Juan Yepez at 1063. I don't hate.
Yepez has had like 7 games in the majors.
Jonathan Scope's OPS plus is 7.
Oh my god! Sorry.
7?
That's crazy.
It is 7.
1 digit 7, as in like
7.
It is the number 7.
Left field.
Yep. It is 7.
Yikes. Why is he still starting every day for y'all? Is it just
it's either
the Tigers just
he's been he was been one of our better hitters the last couple of years, and we have him under contract until the end of next season. So they're gonna keep trying him, but he's definitely gotten a lot more days off the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I've noticed that. He's still employed on my fantasy team, strictly because I'm waiting for everyone else to get healthy. But it's a little tough.
Our offense is so bad, dude.
I'm sorry, Scott.
Yeah, it's a tough time.
This series against Houston, we had a 4-game series against Houston. I'm going to relay you the final scores to all 4 games. Ready?
What if I told you I know them?
It's messed up. It's so messed up.
Say up for the people.
2-3, 2-3, 2-3, 0-5. We had a 4-game series. 3 of the 4 we lost 2-3, and then today we got
Astros to 6 or to 9 runs.
In a 4-game series, it's good.
In the first 3
or the first 3 games, yeah.
That's incredible.
That's 14 runs over 4 games. That's fantastic. You'll take that.
That's a
10
win.
times out of 10. Yeah.
Yeah, the bullpen and Erod shoved. Scooble did really well. Brisky did well. Scooble. The bullpen is stayed phenomenal. Everyone was great. It just we can't hit a baseball. So.
Maybe on a little bit more of an uplifting note, we're talking about good pitching in the AL West. How about George Kirby's MLB debut today, huh?
How about it?
Had a heck of a ball game. Had a heck of a ball game. I want to make sure I'm going to pull the lineup because I want to make sure that I have it right. But I'm pretty sure he went 6 strong.
I got it if you want it.
6 innings pitched, 7 Ks, 4 hits, no earned runs. Come on now.
No walks.
No walk. You can't ask for you will take that, and he could have given up 2 runs, 3 runs, not have been solid.
That's the MLB debut that every starting pitching prospect dreams of.
Oh my God, yeah, 100%.
That's what you want. That's an incredible start to your career. And the fact that the Mariners have to go into extras today to win that game is tough. But when you get that kind of start from one of your top pitching prospects, come on.
The Mariners are, I think, in a fine spot. I'm not.
Oh yeah, they'll
finish
the year well.
It's a winning team for sure. I think there's no shred of doubt in my mind it's a winning ball club.
They're a quality team for sure. But there are a lot more other quality teams that have popped up around baseball that you kind of don't.
The AL West is just fascinating.
Yeah.
Because
remember the A's started off incredibly hot?
Yeah, I was gonna say, correct me if I'm wrong, Oakland is at least still hanging around.
They're 10-18.
Well, then you correct me because I'm wrong.
They're no longer hanging around. But they were 10-10, I'm pretty sure. Or around
there. I remember that happening.
Correct. They were 10-9. Yeah. They've lost 9 straight.
The Mariners are just abysmal on the road, man. Bad. They're a bad road team.
I'll tell you what. Jared Kelenic has not figured out the majors yet.
Here's the thing that I'm starting to see.
I like him a lot.
Here's the thing that I'm starting to see with Kelenic when he takes ABs is that I think when he makes solid contact, he's really squaring it up well. I think the issue he's running into right now, I've seen him do this a lot where I think he doesn't want to strike out and it's a borderline pitch. And so he's just rolling it over to the second baseman because he's nervous and doesn't want to strike out. So pitchers are being able to take advantage of the fact that he doesn't want a K to get him to induce weak contact. And I think that issue will resolve itself with time, but that, in my opinion, is a much better issue that you can fix in a hitter as opposed to they're striking out 45% of their at-bats.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably.
And Julio seems like he's got it, He's not Juan Soto lighting the world on fire, but I love what I'm seeing out of Julio.
Julio's also been getting absolutely
hosed
the plate, yeah.
The overlay of all his called strikes, no exaggeration. 12 of the he's been called out 18 times on called strike 3. They showed a heat map of it. No exaggeration. 11 of them aren't close. And then there's a couple that are on the line that are maybe it's a pitcher's call.
If you look at fastball up and in for a strike to Bellinger, by the way, if you look at Torkelson's, it's pretty much the same way. He's been one of the most harshly umpired players in all of baseball.
Yeah,
so far.
I also saw that.
And Scott, I think you can back me up on this though. If you are a fan of any team, and wow, that's a
I love you. I love you,
man.
Garrett.
Come
love
on,
you, Garrett.
We love Garrett.
Stop it, man. Come on.
Hey, Hose is still running. Hose is still running forever.
So, Scott, I think you'd agree, though. If you're a fan of a team that's got a top prospect that gets called up, I felt the same way about when Dylan Carlson got called up and when he was adjusted in the major leagues. A top prospect getting called out on borderline pitches for strikes, like, I take no issue with that. That shows to me that the plate discipline is there. Like
Torkelson has been like, I mean, if you pull up his Savant page, like not even amongst rookies, just like all of baseball, like he's drawing walks and like working counts at a crazy good rate. It's just the ball, like he's just getting hosed on borderline calls, and he's still getting the timing down on balls that are in the zone too.
Right. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're a fan,
so he looks fine. Is what you're saying.
He looks great. Yeah.
Spencer Torkelson looks like a professional major league hitter. Like he has been since the day he got drafted. Like you watch any of his
not a red on
games.
this Savant page.
Yeah,
like,
you look at
walk percentage 85%.
Yeah,
that's crazy. This sprint speed 65th percentile. That's higher than I thought it was going to be.
Dude, you want to talk about sprint speed? The fact that they gave Julio coming out like a 45 grade speed is insane. He is literally 99th percentile. He's literally one of the 10 fastest runners in all of baseball tier.
Man, speedy.
So is Bobby Witt, too. That boy's got wheels.
Mm-hmm. There's some fast guys. Major League Baseball players can run a little bit.
Very true. Isn't there – someone's at 30 feet per second this year, right? I swear I saw that on Savant.
Someone's like sitting there, like that's just where they're at, or
no. That was like top speed.
Well, wasn't Buxton like? I think Buxton was 100th percentile in sprint speed for a minute. I don't know if he still is, but I'm pretty sure he was.
Let's look it up. Let me get up this little leaderboard. But my favorite thing is he's 95th percentile now. But
Buxton.
Yeah. League average is 27, right? Like,
yeah.
The highest outlier out here is Bobby Witt Jr. at 30.4 feet per second. And then right behind him is Trey Turner at 30. And we got a couple right behind that. Hold on. Julio's at 29.9. So,
yeah.
Man's fast.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's insane.
Also, like the fact that I don't know if that like bodes so well. Like, I love stolen bases. I love a good.
Yeah, you're a Cardinals fan.
Of course you
do. Well, okay. First of all, I think any baseball fan says they like stolen bases. I don't think anyone watches a stolen base and goes, Stolen bases are awesome. They're
stolen
fantastic.
Bases are cool.
They're great for the game, and the fact that like the stars of tomorrow a lot of them have crazy wheels. I'm excited. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Like Acuna, I think will have a 40-40 season in his career, and I'm so excited for that.
There's one guy over 30 in the top 10 of sprint speed.
Is it Mike Trout?
It is Mike Trout.
Yeah, because he's a god.
And then
certainly not bad.
We have the 12th
Mike, you heard it here first. Mike Trout, certainly not bad.
Certainly not bad.
Yeah, the 12th guy on this list is also over 30 with a sprint speed of 29.4. You venture a guess at who it might be.
The second fastest player in baseball is over 30?
No, the second fastest player that is over 30 is the 12th fastest.
Got you.
Starling Marte?
I mean, it's got to be Miguel Cabrera.
You're right. How'd you know? That's not. Those are both wrong.
Man, Marte. I felt good about Marte.
Let me see if I can find Marte. Marte's a Met now.
Correct.
Garrett just said guesses for who will have the highest X script plus of all time.
Tommy Edman.
By the way, if you were to say Mike Trout is not bad on Angels Twitter right now, you'd be called dumb because he didn't throw 3 homers. Yeah, it's really remarkable how you guys your fan base has conditioned itself to like complaining so much when you guys were bad over the last 8 years that like and like falling short of expectations that now that you're actually good, you guys like don't know how to not. So everybody's just like still doing it. And it's like you literally have like what, the best record in baseball? Like one of the best records in baseball.
It's up there. It's like the second or third.
Yeah. And I'm like, you guys are still finding a way to complain like every day because you're just so conditioned over the last 8 years to like disappoint that you're like, you don't know how to not be a disappointment.
Dude, if the Angels had the Giants or the Cardinals record, I'd be saying the same things of like, what are you complaining about? Like, you're a few games over 500. Like, things are trending in the right direction. Like, what do we upset?
What are we talking about?
Yeah. Over 30.
Me last year. So like,
I'm going back to the sprint speed.
Yeah, I don't think it's not a well-known
Springer.
name.
Oh, okay. Tim LeCastro.
Also, Tim LeCastro's been hurt all year, hasn't he?
He's healthy now, I think.
Is he?
Saya Suzuki walk.
Common success.
Suzuki success. Okay.
Our minds.
Yeah. But Starling Marte's 80th on the list in sprint speed at 28.1.
Wow. For a guy that is
80th fastest player in baseball.
For a guy that steals bases with the success rate that he has.
He's not even the fastest player on his own team. In fact, he's the third fastest. Yeah.
Bro, last year Robbie Grossman stole 20 bags. That's all you need to know.
I love Robbie Grossman.
He's a ball player.
Huge fan.
So do I.
Man. Can I get a what division?
What division?
What division?
Good. I already forgot who it was. He plays in the NL East.
The NL East. Who's a guy over 30 NL East with wheels?
It's not a name that you. There you go. That's the answer. No, but it's not a name you think of. You're like, who's got speed? This guy will not come to mind.
Bryce Harper.
No.
Juan Soto.
This guy. No.
This boy's not
notable over 30. Juan Soto. No, this guy. I can guarantee you have not like consciously thought about this man. I don't know about guarantee, but like I doubt you have. I'd be shocked you just like, oh yeah, I think about that guy all the time.
I don't know if I don't know if I go. Kyle Schwarber, no.
Jesus Aguilar.
I believe that's the closest guess so far. At least on the right.
All right,
team.
Garrett Cooper.
No, you're at least on the right team.
All right, team.
Solaire's not over 30 yet.
Solaire's not that fast.
Miguel Rojas?
No.
Jacob Stallings?
This guy, this guy awesome. Faster sprint speed than Jazz Chisholm.
Who's on this ball club? It's not Jesus Sanchez because he's under 30.
Your mother?
No, my mom is not on the Miami Marlins.
Okay, not everything's about you. Wasn't talking to you.
My mom is also not on the Miami Marlins, but
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Who else is on this Marlins ball club? Brian Anderson?
No. Do you want me to just tell you the name?
Pablo Lopez.
No, it's not a pitcher. Pitchers don't run, buddy.
Well, yeah, they do.
Pitchers don't know how to run, idiot.
Well, who is it?
Are you also giving up, Scott?
I guess so, man. Avisel Garcia. Oh.
John Birdie. That's a name.
John Birdie. Man's got a sprint speed 12th in baseball, 29.4.
Wow.
Free parking.
God, the Cubs reek, man. Oh my God.
Truly.
I was told this team was going to be good this year.
No, you.
I was told that this team.
By who?
I was told that this
By
team,
himself.
I was told that this team was going to be contending for a division championship in the next 3 years. Get out of here! I'm not buying it for a
They
second.
got 2 years to go.
That's correct.
That's how time works, bucko.
This team's not going to do jack until Drew Gray is throwing flames for them, and then I hope he gets traded.
He's gone.
Dude, well, yeah. Well, it's actually really funny because I was reading like an athletic article where they're predicting sort of like the NL Central, like the NL Central, like what the NL Central will look like in 2025. And oh my God, Javier Baez in the chat.
Also, just throw this up there. The more you know. Sure, the more you know.
They literally, one of the writers for The Athletic literally predicted that my cousin would be part of a trade package to the Rays for Tyler Glasnow to the Cubs. And I was like, this kid literally got drafted like 4 months ago and he just got TJ. And we're already predicting he will be the headliner of a trade package for someone that very well might contend for a Cy Young. Like, sure, I'll take that praise, but like, that feels...
if the Rays want him, you know he's doing something right.
Well, yeah. If he gets traded to the Tampa Bay Rays, I will be betting my mortgage
Cy Young money.
Cy Young, exactly.
Correct.
Well, like, before we move off of sprint speed, there's one guy in baseball whose sprint speed is below 21 feet per second.
Miguel Cabrera.
No, it's Yadier Molina.
It's also not Yadi. Yadi is the
Albert
second slowest player
Pujols
in baseball. No, you guys have covered the bottom 6 mostly.
Wait, it's not Miggy, Pujols, or Yadi?
Nelson Cruz.
No, Yadi is second to last. Pujols is 4th to last. Miggy is 6th to last.
Yankee.
Cruz?
Not a Yankee. No, Nelson Cruz.
No. I was. Oh, it's not a Yankee. Peyton Gester and Carlos Stanton.
Not John Carlos Stanton.
Pete Alonso.
No.
What the hell? Is it a catcher?
It is a catcher. It's an older
Robinson
catcher.
Chirinos.
No.
It's not Yachty.
Carlos Stanton is 12th to last.
Is it who's catching for Alejandro Kirk?
No, it's also not Christian Vasquez, is what Peyton guessed.
Mike Zunino?
Not Mike Zunino.
Are they playing in this game?
No.
Methinks perhaps
Yasmani Grandal is not it. Yasmani Grandal is 3rd last. You got the entire bottom 6. No,
that's a
it's
good
not
pull.
You got the entire bottom 6 except for this guy and one other guy who's actually not a catcher. And Kurt Suzuki, I just saw his name on the list. He's not like super. He's low, but
Marlins guys at this game, by the way.
nice. Speaking of the Marlins, is it Jacob Stallings?
No.
Okay.
I just saw Kurt Suzuki's name. Suzuki is
Salvador
16th.
Perez.
No. Keeper Ruiz also not it.
JT Realmuto.
No.
James McCann, NL East.
No,
polls?
That
James
already
McCann was
got
already
gassed.
guessed.
You
My bad.
absolute moron.
Hey Scott. Hey Scott. Scott. I'm sensing a lot of. I'm sensing a lot of hostility.
Moron. That's an elite shirt right there.
I'm seeing a lot of hostility out of you, Scott. A lot of hostility.
Do you want?
Tucker Barnhart.
It's not Tucker Barnhart. He's 8th to last.
Okay.
Stallings is also 7th to last. So you're all on the bottom 10.
All right.
Chirinos was 10th to last as well.
If this was Family Feud, we would have, gotten.
You'd be all over it.
Yeah, we would have won Family Feud.
How about
Who's catching for the
It's in the
Buccos?
American League.
They're in the American League. Okay, never mind. It's not Chirinos. It's not Vasquez.
Oh, is it Gary Sanchez?
No, both also wrong. Narvaez is also wrong, which is what Peyton guessed.
Who's catching for Cleveland,
Narvaez
Scott?
is ninth to
Who
last.
catches for
Austin
Cleveland?
Hedges?
It's not. Nope. Austin Hedges is 25th.
Okay. I don't feel horrible about that. AL West. Jonah Heim.
No.
Is it Max Stassi?
No.
Tom Murphy.
No.
Oh,
It's not Sean Murphy.
Houston? What's his face?
I already guessed. Roberto Perez. That's a decent guess, Peyton. Is it Roberto Perez?
No.
Scott, you're right there. Scott's right there.
It's he just slapped us around for 4 games.
Jan Gomes. No.
No.
What is wrong with you?
Do you need like a nap? Good God, man! Like Scott needs his bottle and to be swaddled. My goodness, acting like a crybaby all night. All I hear every time, you know what? Actually, guys, the reason we had audio issues earlier in the night when we were having
Martin Maldonado.
Martin Maldonado is correct. Martin Maldonado has a 20.6 sprint speed.
Yeah, you know who didn't get that right? Garson.
Oh my God, man!
John Principe's mom.
Right?
John Principal's mom.
John Principal.
He's gonna be more upset that you spelled his last name wrong than he is that you actually insulted his mom.
John Principal. No, but yeah. So you were all over the bottom 10. There's only one player you did not guess in the bottom 10. That's because he's not a catcher.
Is it?
He's also not a DH.
Miguelson? No.
This is a field player. No. His home plate to first base is 4.94.
Is it? A position player that runs very slowly. Ryan Mountcastle.
No. Mountcastle is...
I could be dead wrong at this point.
I think Mountcastle might be... Oh, I'm not on the right list anymore. Hold on.
Okay, well...
these guys are fast.
He plays I'm pretty sure they throw his ass in the outfield, so...
I'm pretty sure he plays first.
They make him play. Yeah. Is it? I thought. Oh, because Hayes is in left. Austin Hayes, by the way, been on a tear. I'm talking last 4 games. That brother has been hitting just knocks, bombs, singles, doubles.
Mountcastle is not near the bottom of this list at all.
Yeah, that doesn't shock me actually. Yeah.
Who we're guessing?
Oh, there he is. He's 210th.
We're guessing one more person that's not a catcher.
Who's
not
bottom,
a catcher?
The last of the bottom 10.
Or a DH.
Not JD Martinez. He's not.
And I already guessed Sano as well. That was my first.
His sprint speed is 23.3. If that helps you at all. I'm sure it doesn't, but
Jonathan Scope, because he hasn't had to run hard all year.
It's not Scope. No, that's funny though.
Is it a Tiger?
No.
Okay.
I'll do you this. He's in the National League.
I know it's not a Cardinal. I can say that.
It is not a Cardinal.
Yeah.
Wow, this man's Savant page is sad. It's a lot of blue.
Okay, so
he walks 65 percentile.
That's another run for the Dodgers, by the way. 5-1.
His outs above average is 85, 85th percentile, which is kind of crazy.
National League.
This man's slow. It's not a DH, Peyton, so that's a great guess.
Yeah, Peyton's guesses may be worse than Carson's. Let's just put it out there.
Diego, do you keep hearing that? Because every time I think I see Scott open his mouth, I just hear wah, wah, and then I see comical blue tears spurting out from the sides of his face.
No, it's not a DH, Peyton.
Just blaming our producer in our chat right now.
Sorry. I feel bad.
So he hits about to end all of this too.
Yeah.
I'm definitely getting booted from something before the night's over. Yeah. He said it. He said if it's not Chris Bryant, he's ending the streak.
Why would you guess Chris Bryant? He plays left field. No, there's yeah, but
is it CJ Cron?
No, that's a good guess though.
Is it Charlie Blackmon? Because he's having a terrible year.
It's not a Rocky. I'll give you that much.
Is it?
This man has not seen a lot of wins this year.
National League, Joey Votto.
He's a Tiger.
It's not Joey Votto. It's the closest guess so far, though.
Oh, so yeah, he's definitely a Red though.
Yeah, so
Mike Moustakas.
Tommy Pham.
No.
Tommy Pham, no. Tommy Pham's got some wheels on him.
Also, today I learned this man was a
Tyler
Red.
Stevenson.
No, he was a Red.
Oh,
no.
learned he was a Red. Okay.
I didn't know he was a Red.
Jake Fraley.
No, I knew he was a Red, but no.
A recently acquired Cincinnati Red.
He could maybe not be, and I just didn't know. I don't often pay attention to the Reds, but
who's playing? Kyle Farmer?
No.
It's their shortstop.
You're getting close.
Shortstop in quotes.
Definitely plays for the Reds, for sure, though.
We got a Brandon Drury guess in the chat.
It's not Brandon Drury.
I like that guess.
That was a solid shout. It's
a pretty good shout, honestly.
That was a great play at first, by the way.
Yeah, that was pretty solid. Pretty good.
You think Seiya's regretting his choice right now?
Oh, absolutely.
Looking down the barrel of 9-18.
How about Tyler Naquin?
No, but good guess though.
I like that.
Not Taylor.
I feel like a bad NL Central fan, but like I don't know, Aquino.
He got waived. He got DFA'd.
Yeah, I think he got DFA'd a while ago.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
Our producer is saying
probably really bad guesses because that's what he does.
Something apparently unrepeatable.
Yeah, this is just start out. We don't even know what this is. I'm leaving, Peyton. I'm literally leaving. I can't believe you just even mentioned his name in my presence. I'm literally leaving the stream.
Look who's on my TV!
Boo! Boo!
Boo!
Incredibly done. That was incredible. I didn't do that. Peyton did that. that was good. That was fantastic.
I'm gonna round it even. That was Scott. I'm sorry. He did set you up for a real good joke there on our stream. He
did. In case you missed this, when he played immediately after you left, we got this.
Look who's on my TV!
Boo! Boo!
Boo!
Jim Webb kills me, bro. Boo! Boo! Can you play it again? Boo! Just listen to the.
I got you right here.
Look who's on my TV!
Boo! Boo!
Boo!
I love that, man.
You guys want the answer?
I think.
Do you want to keep guessing?
I think. We got the answer in the chat. If you want to read that, Diego.
Oh yeah, it's definitely Scott. Yeah.
No. 2 above that. I think I saw the answer.
Brandon Drury. Yes.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not Brandon Drury. But
I'm willing to toss this one in.
Yeah.
It is Colin Moran.
Oh, I can't believe you just destroyed the Cardinals when he was on the Pirates.
He was a good Pirate. I didn't know he was a Red till today, though.
Yeah, the Cardinals apparently kicked the tires on thinking about signing him, and I was like, please, dear God, no. He's just Matt Carpenter.
It's a slow guy.
So he's an MVP candidate? Damn.
Scott, is this a magical time machine? Am I 18 years old again? I think not.
You look like it.
Thank you.
I'm certain.
Wow, Carson, you look really good for your age. Get owned, loser.
No. Dylan
That's
Stan has a great guess.
Yeah, there's some pretty good guesses over there.
Oh yeah, he played on the Sug D's national team, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, you're right. I think you're remembering correctly for sure.
I think I'm remembering that correctly.
Yeah, you are for sure. Call him Rand, slow guy.
I like that. That's the transition to get us back to the game.
Call him Rand, slow guy, and also
Speaking
so
of
is the Cubs offense.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, Cubs offense is going through it tonight.
This is such a typical Dodgers game too. Like just such a snooze fest. Bueller's out for the 7th. Like, ugh, we get it.
We get
Dash,
it, you guys.
Dash.
You guys have team.
Yeah. Scott, the difference is that my team doesn't win 110 games and get blown by every media coverage on planet Earth.
Yeah, you win 83 and do the same.
Incorrect. We win 93 and do the same. Put some respect on my team.
I was alive for 06, buddy. 83.
Yeah. How'd that end, though?
It's my point.
Hey, actually, we did win about 93
You're helping
games.
Scott's point. What are you?
Actually, wait. Did we win exactly 93 games? No. We won 80. We won 94 games in total that year, if you include postseason.
Okay, if you include spring training, you won 110. Congrats, dude.
Hey, Scott. The Grapefruit League was a gauntlet in 2006. All right.
We won more games than you in that calendar year. So, like, I don't know what point you're trying to prove. But not the last one. Yeah, so why are you bringing up your total amount of games you won then?
You're still helping Scott's point.
I'm not trying to make a point at all. Just we won the World Series that year, and I'm just trying to repeat that as many times as I can. That's really all I'm going for. And we keep talking about it, so that's fantastic. Yeah. I mean, he is, but it's okay. This is where I get booted from the stream.
Oh, you want booted from the scene? I got you.
I didn't do anything.
I know.
Hand check. I did not do anything.
It's all right.
You did ask for it, to be fair.
Big dash coming from Mr. Giants fan over there.
Yeah, both of your teams can go F themselves. That's my opinion.
That's a reasonable take. That's a beyond reasonable take.
Oh, thank you, Garrett in chat. Yes, he was team captain of the Sagandis national team. I completely forgot he earned that. Yeah.
Man, Bellinger took a terrible route to that ball.
He is a good. He's just so athletic. Like,
yeah,
he can literally play anywhere. Like, I think he can play anywhere defensively. Like, and be pretty decent.
Yeah, or like Cleveland next year.
Except for first.
You think Cleveland's gonna pay him?
No. I was referencing the joke that Aaron Judge is gonna sign with Cleveland. That's one of my favorite.
What?
That's
I haven't seen that at all.
People like you haven't seen that he's a Guardian. I love that joke with Aaron Judge. I've seen it before. I've seen the Photoshop, and it makes me giggle. The thought that Cleveland would spend any meaningful money in the offseason, let alone enough to sign Aaron Judge, is fantastic.
Aaron Judge was probably mad that he changed the name of the team. Like,
oh,
I know where Aaron Judge is from.
Why did Aaron Judge just get you straight like that?
I don't know. I actually like Aaron Judge a lot. Like
Diego going, I know where he's from.
I do. My high school played his in sports in high school.
Shout out Jonathan VR, by the way.
Jonathan VR. Shout out.
It's a shame he plays for such a terrible organization. Yeah, let's make David Ross the manager. That'll definitely turn us into a winning ball club again. It's putting someone who played grab ass with John Lester for 15 years. What a loser.
Look how white his teeth are, dude. Jonathan VR may have the whitest teeth I've ever seen. That was crazy.
Whitest teeth in baseball?
They're nice. They're nice. Lindor's got nice teeth too, though. I mean,
well, yeah, that's Mr. Smile, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He comes by the nickname honestly.
Do be smiling.
All right. Does anyone think that Jason Hayward isn't going to ground out to second here?
Yes.
He might grind out to short.
I think he's gonna hit a line drive directly to the right fielder, and they will take less than 4 steps to catch the ball.
I think this has ground ball to second written all over it.
Scott be Tigers stink. Grow up, dude. The Angels want to walk off versus the Nats to win the series. We have real problems over here.
That is that fan base currently for whatever reason.
Cardinals are, speaking of fan bases that like to burn it down real fast, Cardinals have been fairly optimistic. It's been fairly optimistic from Cardinals Twitter.
Giants Twitter last week was rough, I'll be honest with you.
Cardinals Twitter is.
You want to play this game? Yeah, let's all talk about our Twitter communities and how they're doing given the start of their seasons. Yeah, let's play that game.
That's fair.
Scott,
I do like Detroit sports Twitter. I'm a big fan.
Yeah,
and I get around there a decent amount.
Oh, he struck.
I like Detroit sports Twitter.
I was gonna say, Scott, my experience with Detroit Tigers Twitter this week is a bunch of people taking time off from sports Twitter. I saw multiple people tweet out some version of the Tigers are making me sad. I will not be watching them the next few days.
Yeah, a lot of people tweeted that. But when you have when like your occupation is based around like social media and like turning comments on to like episodes and posts and everything, it gets really ugly really quickly. Yeah, it's really exhausting, to be honest with you.
Hey, man, if it's ever directed at you, come call me. I will go keyboard warrior for you. Don't worry.
It is daily directed at me, yes.
What?
They never come for you.
Bro, are you serious?
Like, yeah, what?
I'm shocked. Do you not know what Scott does?
Yeah, what are we talking about?
Yeah, but like, I don't know. Setting personal bias aside, Scott's a nice guy. Like, what are we doing here?
People don't know me, so people don't care.
People just want to be mad.
Correct.
People just like being angry, dude.
I just don't understand the logic of like we're all frustrated, so like why are we like
attacking me?
Like why are we attacking our own fan base? Like we're all frustrated.
That should never be. That's where I can hear my channel on Mother's Day. I'm channeling the voice of my mom. There's no reason never take it out on people you know. Come on now.
Well, that's the thing. They don't know me. They see me every day.
Can.
I mean, in the sense of like,
and they have profile pictures of like Spencer Torkelson, and their names are Tigers RBW. Like they're not like that's not their names out there either or faces. So they just say whatever they want. It's crazy exhausting.
Keyboard warriors.
Like seriously, crazy exhausting. But
man, I did not know that. I did not know that you were getting like hate directed at you, man. That's not okay. I'm sorry.
I'm not shocked by this information. Like that's just
it's just.
It's I'm a little surprised only because like I don't know. Scott's funny. Scott's got a funny Twitter account and he posts.
Yeah, if you weren't funny, Scott, you totally deserved it. But
well, like he's not. When Scott posts like complaints and stuff, you know, there's some jokes in there, you know. He's not, you know, like Scott doesn't tweet something where I go, "Wow, he may catch a suspension for that one." Like I've never I don't think I've ever seen a Scott tweet.
This man's getting suspended tomorrow.
Yeah, I've seen some stuff from people where I'm like, you should delete that, but I've never had that thought with Scott.
Me at the entirety of Dodgers Twitter.
Daniel Norris is on the bump. Let's go.
8.6
ERA. That's Daniel Norris. Damn right. That is the Daniel Norris I know and love. Okay. Fun fact. Daniel Norris, assuming that we never get a two-way player, which we won't because we're completely inactive in the international signing market, and they don't really like do that here. Daniel Norris will forever be the last Tigers pitcher to hit a home run, and he did it in Wrigley, and now he's a Cub.
Nice.
2015, Daniel Norris went dead center. 2016, maybe. Somewhere between 2015 and 2017. He went dead center in Wrigley in a game.
Hashtag pitchers who rake.
Nice.
And, yeah. Oh, good for Daniel. He's actually, like, such a cool guy. It's just, like, you know, did not turn out well on the mound.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Was he the guy that lived in his van?
Correct. Yes, he is the Van Man. So we traded David Price to Toronto for Daniel Norris and Matthew Boyd. And at the time, Daniel Norris was one of the best left-handed starting prospects in all of baseball. And Matt Boyd was like a C-level throw-in. And Daniel Norris did not turn out and got moved to the bullpen and wasn't even very good in there, while Matt Boyd, granted during a horrible era of Tigers baseball, was our best pitcher for a solid 3 years.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're the best on your team, you're the best on your team still. Like,
yeah, I mean,
that means you're better than the other guys you're going to battle with. And, I mean, it counts for something. It's gotta, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm very given what like Boyd was in that deal. I mean, that's a major success of a trade at the Matt Boyd part of it. It's just the Daniel Norris part of it was a massive flop. So
that's fair. My favorite thing, the trivia question that it's gonna it's gonna come up at some point later down the road, probably that when we get a little farther removed from it, is the last pitcher to ever hit a home run before the full-time implementation of the universal DH and all that.
It's a Braves reliever, right?
No. What?
Yeah,
in the World Series.
So dumb.
No.
That's the postseason doesn't count.
Yeah, idiot.
Regular season. It's always the regular season,
all right,
sir.
Yeah,
Scott,
dude.
I just talked about how it's unfair how people are mean to you on the internet. What are we doing right now? What is happening?
They beat the Carson on the internet.
We're just talking.
I just said, oh, Scott's such a nice person. Whether you know him or not, it's unfair, and you shouldn't do that because, we're all sharing this thing together. And here you come, Mr. High and Mighty.
Rocks.
Just taking a big old bat to the entire concept and just whack! I'm yelling in my apartment bedroom alone right now. Look at the veins in my neck over this.
Yeah, why do you have veins in your neck over this?
They come out with even the most moderate amount of yelling.
I got asked if my opinion of Matthew Boyd has changed. No, and it never was what you said it was. So, no, it has not changed. I'm pro Matthew Boyd.
Yeah, sure.
Was also pro trading him in the deadline in 2019. Really stupid that we didn't do that. But I'm pro Matthew Boyd as a Tiger and as a human being. Great dude.
Garrett, thanks for that love in the chat, man. I appreciate that too.
Anyway, the last pitcher to hit a home run is going to be Logan Webb. If you didn't know, now you do.
Until the Royals are buried in the standings and they let Zach Greinke pick up the sticks last weekend of the year. I'm
before
not
the
joking.
full-time implementation of the DH. That's the key part of the way I phrased it.
Yeah, but he's going to be – I think Zach Greinke is going to be the next pitcher that hits a home run. Yeah, okay. ESPN did a great job showing the Scott I was talking about earlier, like the amount of just sheer swing and stance changes that Bellinger has had. And it'd be one thing if it was just a bat placement, but we're talking about a guy like they're talking about it's the way the angle of his head, shoulders, elbows.
Right.
He's moving all
his head,
of it.
Shoulders, knees, and
right,
toes.
Knees and toes.
Which is fair, but the problem is none of that changes the fact that his swing is like a full arm extended circle. Like it's the longest swing you've ever seen in your life.
He should choke up.
And it doesn't matter it literally doesn't matter what they do pre-swing. The swing is long and there is always going to be a hole in the upper up and in. There is always going to be a hole up and in that he is not going to be able to do. And what does Daniel Norris do? Throw a breaking ball low and away, which is why that happened. So literally, I don't know why everyone straight up doesn't just throw him 3 straight fastballs up and in every at bat. He can't hit it. If it's over 93, he's not hitting it.
Well, Scott, there's the issue right there. What pitcher on the St. Louis Cardinals is throwing him 3 straight over 93? Well, anyone in our bullpen is.
Yeah, what? You have like 2 of the hardest throwing pitchers in the league.
Excuse me.
They have their entire bullpen is just flamethrowers.
Correct. I'm in our starters. Which, honestly, I kind of like that strategy a lot because guys in a game, they get comfortable and used to a timing. And then when you're talking about like a Wainwright to Ryan Helsley, you're talking about the last at bat. You just saw 88 mile an hour on a fastball, 15 miles per hour difference. That's absurd.
But the same terrible receiver of the ball.
Well, no.
Yadier Molina, in case you weren't.
It's crazy how Carson was like, damn, Cody Bellinger sucks. And then he went 3 for 4.
Oh, my God. I've never said that. I just said, I think, is he going to figure it out? What's he hitting, 215? Like
He's hitting 223 now after tonight.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, there it is. There you go.
Don't sleep.
Cody Bellinger just looks like the guy who would try to pawn like anything off you for money. Like at all times. I was gonna go with a much worse route than what I said, and you watched me process that to say something nicer. That's what I ended up on.
Diego like 3 times tonight has just started a sentence and then just like went.
Yeah. Well, and not okay. Here's the other thing too. He just said that he talked to himself. I want to make it clear for the audience.
I was going to say something worse.
Diego just said that he talked himself off a much worse ledge, and he still made the claim that Cody Bellinger seems like, and then proceeded to just slander him mercilessly. So I want to know what cliff we talked ourselves off of.
Look at Dylan Bindi Stan. Nah, I definitely remember Carson saying Cody Bellinger's Offland sucks. I'm Carson.
That's how I structure all of my sentences. Yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
And who are you?
Evidence. Who am I? What?
Yeah, and you're Carson, right?
I'm your mother. That's who I am.
Oh.
Okay. Good one.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
Bird from Diego called Bellinger a sleep bag.
That's what he did, though. He went, Bellinger's such a dirty rat face. He'll do anything to make a quick buck.
Cubs have a bad pitching plans. I mean, yeah. Clearly.
Oh, yeah, comfortably. Like, not even, Well, actually, no. The Cubs in the 2021 draft in the 3rd round, I think, found their future ace. But, remains to be seen.
I mean, Norris did just have a nice inning, though. That was a nice inning from Norris.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't give up a run. Like, that's a litmus test for a reliever. Like,
I mean, he got a strikeout to end the inning.
We're talking about relievers having a year. Michael King for the Yankees has been a dog.
The Yankees deserve nothing and never to be talking about it.
They don't, but Michael King is having a crazy good year. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yankees CARE plus L plus ratio.
All right. I mean, okay. I'm not going to give my, soapbox again, but it's just like, we talk about positivity and how important it is to treat others with respect. And I see we're just shitting all over that. So.
For the most part,
I've treated nothing but respect to everyone here.
What? Start that sentence over.
I've treated everyone here with respect.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Fun fact, what do myself and CJ Karen have in common?
I think you meant Crone.
Yeah, what? Who? Why are you booing me? I just asked a question to clarify your comment.
No.
Why are you booing me?
There's a delay. Oh, wow. Now he's just going.
Okay. Crone after the.
Now he edits it to Crone. By the way, he meant Crone.
Crone, by the way.
Bro,
so we're clear.
I'm wiping tears away from my eyes tonight. Man, that was so good. We've had some moments tonight, to say the least.
Also, who was mic'd up last week? Do we remember?
Lindor.
So, because they've been doing it where they pass the mic to someone else, right? That's how it's been going. Right?
Yeah, they've been like requesting or not requesting. What's the word I'm looking for?
They've been passing.
Nominating.
Nominating.
That is the word. Yep.
English, yes. But who did Turner passed, it's going to be a Cardinal, right? He's passing to a Giant.
No,
right?
I'd be more surprised if he didn't pass to a Giant because he probably knows those guys better.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they all don't like him.
Who?
Oh, Turner. There's no former Dodgers on the Cardinals or anything, though. I don't know who's going to get it.
Might give it to Jock.
Yeah, actually, it'll probably be Jock.
He'll probably give it to Jock.
Are we really reviewing this hit by pitch?
That did not even come close to him.
On Nick Madrigal, let's grow up.
Yeah, just let him get his 60-mile-an-hour exit velocity bloop single, and we can go about our lives.
Yeah, I just don't. This is why I said David Ross is like. I'm shocked. David Ross is going to get fired this offseason, I think. I actually think that.
Really?
Didn't he get like a decently long deal or no?
4 year.
Yeah, I thought it was 4.
He's in year 3.
He's already in year 3?
2020 was the first season of him as the Cubs manager. Yeah,
well,
he was the manager in 2020.
That's crazy.
So in year one, they make the playoffs, get embarrassed. I'll call it embarrassed by the Marlins, who had no business being in the playoffs. Year 2, they managed to fall off so bad that they decided to enter a full 5-year tank rebuild. And then this year, they decide to add Marcus Stroman, Seiya Suzuki. They make a ton of moves to at least make this team seem respectable on the field, and they're going to have the 3rd worst record in baseball. You're gone. You are gone. Like, the whole reason he got hired was – I honestly think the whole reason he got hired is so Baez and Rizzo and Bryant would want to stay and, like, they're all going to be pals and, you know, kumbaya song and dance. They're all gone. There's no reason for him to be here. Other than to be the manager, he's comfortable taking a paycheck while this team proceeds to suck for the next 5 years to try to rebuild. That's the only reason he would stay.
Yeah.
Like he can just be the punching bag for this organization while they're trash in the hopes they get good in the next 5 years. And then he'll get fired and they'll hire a real manager. Or they won't. They'll probably mess it up, but you know.
Messing it up also seems like a
oh wow, that was scary.
When will Jed Hoyer get fired in the chat? That's a great question. I think that Jed Hoyer probably has I don't know. I give Jed Hoyer maybe 4 years as the Cubs GM. Like they're gonna give him a leash.
This was the actual answer to his question.
Congrats, brother.
Congrats graduating. Unfortunately, you used to live in Utah, but congrats.
The dog. It's the dog.
The Utes! My favorite university in the state of Utah by a wide margin. Congratulations.
That is dog for life.
Accurate.
That's a rider. That's a rider.
True.
I appreciate everything you do, Garrett. I appreciate that.
Everyone be nice to him. That kid's gonna teach that kid's gonna teach your kids history.
He's not teaching my kids history, I can tell you that.
Hey, you want to teach us the same school?
We'll let the daddy's money's joke play out and say that he will not be teaching in that nice of a school district.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
The hose is still running, don't worry. We're gonna teach at the same school, and we're gonna go right from my class to his, and it's gonna be the worst hour and a half of these kids' lives.
Yeah, facts. Diego and Dylan Dindy's fan.
There's gonna be a certain section of the hallway, like a principal, and they're just gonna hear like, where are all these kids learning merchant? Where are these kids learning? Why are they all calling each other?
What is BABIP?
Yeah, what?
Why are they looking at each other in the hallway and just yelling ratio to each other's faces? I'm so confused.
What does that mean?
What do the kids wrote YM under name? I'm very, very lost.
Hey, do any of you guys know when they decided to add X grit to the curriculum? Because I'm lost.
First day of class. All right, guys, this is X grit. We are learning. I can't show you or tell you the formula.
Right.
However,
I
need you to believe in me when I say this.
No, yeah, Diego.
None of you are ever making it on this leaderboard.
No, you have to just pick out one kid from class and be like, you could be on this leaderboard. You see this?
Yeah.
This is extra. I can't tell you why. I can't tell you why. Corner. Right there. Yeah. Jenny in the back left. Take notes, everyone. She's got it. She's got it.
X leader. At the end of the year, whoever's at the top of this X class leaderboard get extra credit. And it's just me playing favorites.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, Paul kind of sucked today.
You guys know that meme where it was like,
30 points.
you guys know that meme was like, I would go to school if like this was history, this was math, and we need to make one of those for Diamond Digest because that would be so good. Yeah, like this was the principle, this was geometry.
That would be terrifying.
Oh my god, yeah.
I want Nick Tucker to teach me English. That's why.
No, you don't.
No. Nick teaches French, 100%.
No, John teaches French. Don't tell him
I
said that. Don't tell him I said that. Don't tell him I said that.
Clip that.
Don't tell him I said that. Don't tell him I said that.
No, we need specifically Canadian history, so John can just get up there and be like, yes, anyway, milk is in bags.
Dylan Bindy's fan says Diego and I passing your mom jokes to each other via students is gonna be a movie. Yo, pass this to Diego really quick. Thanks. Pass this to Mr. Diego.
I was like, I give this to Dylan Bindy real quick.
Yeah, pass this to Mr. Bindy.
Mr. Bindy.
Do any of you guys have like a crazy out of pocket thing you said to a teacher? Because I have a story.
Do you? I don't.
A little bit.
I mean,
it wasn't like crazy out of pocket. It was bad. Okay, so I was a freshman in high school, and it was in bio. I was in bio, and the teacher, I almost said professor. The teacher, we're talking about like brain cells or something, and he hits me with, and he looks at me and he goes, "Well, with Carson, you can't talk about what you don't have." And I was like, good joke. And then without thinking, because how you'll be around your friends. I immediately replied back. This man was fully bald. I immediately shot back and go, "Oh, so I guess your hair is out of the question then." And I nice. Thankfully, I had a moment where I was like, "Oh, my life's over." This is like 3 weeks into freshman year of high school. Like I have just no business saying something like this to a grown adult ever. And thankfully, he was hands on his knees for a couple of seconds. I was laughing. He's like, "That was pretty good." He's like, "All right, just everyone go to your lab tables." He was like, if it was a bad joke, I would have sent you to the office, but I laughed, so you're okay. And I was like, we move.
That's good. Dubs.
That's shout out to Jim Kelly, an amazing educator at Glenbard West High School. What a guy. Love Jim.
Shout out. It was just Teacher Appreciation Week as well. Fun fact.
Yeah, of course.
This last week.
Do I know anyone that is in my family that's still a teacher? My Aunt Ann teaches high school French. Shout out.
Carson's Aunt Ann. I come from a family of educators. So, my mom still teaches first grade, has taught at the same elementary school for 30 plus years. Wow. She is the longest tenured employee in her school district.
That's awesome, man.
That's super cool.
That's fantastic.
It's crazy.
A lot of my family works in education, but on the administrative staff side. So my aunt is a psychologist. My dad college admissions. My mom works in the district office doing community engagement. It's all that kind of.
Yeah, my dad works after school programs. My sister and her fiance. My sister is a semester away from finishing her master's for education.
Let's go.
And my soon-to-be brother-in-law just finished his certification to teach. And so they're both just doing substitute teaching stuff right now. But yeah, shout out them as well. So.
Wow, in the chat, the most out-of-pocket thing Garrett has ever said to a school administrator was the most out-of-pocket thing I've ever said was my inspiration to become a teacher coach, and it was, "Does the principal know you don't do anything?" Which is hilarious.
I have a laundry list of in high school, I had one teacher, and the class that I was taking happened to be a class in which I was going to have him every day for 4 straight years. And and it was banned. And
you made that
not want to say that.
Well, I was just didn't want to whatever.
What instrument did you play, Scott?
Saxophone. And
you seem like a saxophone guy.
Yeah.
So
anyway.
Our first 2 years of my first 2 years of high school, him and I but it heads a lot. And I was just like
you were a piece of shit in high school.
Like I was very much like a loud, like not
obnoxious type.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Not
I would like to
obnoxious, but,
think
like-
I was never obnoxious, and I was never disrespectful in the sense of like, you know, I was never
Your boyfriend, like,
disrespectful. Like
talks
I
a
never
lot,
made
plus.
anything like personal to anyone. It was just like
Right.
I didn't know when to like turn it off. And so like when he was like trying to be serious or like whatever, and I would just like never be serious about anything. And it would bother him a lot. And then by the time I graduated high school, he's like my favorite educator I ever had. And like him and I still keep in touch. And he like wrote stuff for, you know, like my post high school career and everything. Like he's like we're very close now because I, you know, grew up basically. But there is a like the first 2 years. I mean, there is that's cranked. Oh wow, that didn't go as far as I thought. Yeah, there's a laundry list of stuff that I said to him my first couple of years in high school, man. Like, I think one of my favorite ones was he was telling us a story at the end of the day about a bet that him and his brother had made, and they won the bet. And so he ended the story by saying, my brother and I made out well that night, and I yelled from the back of the class, ew, that's disgusting.
That's hilarious, though. That's hilarious, though.
Everybody started dying laughing, and he was like confused at first. And he's like, and he made the mistake of going, what? And I was like, you and your brother made out? That's gross, dude. And I was like 14 with a huge head of hair. And
hold on, wait, let me pull up the picture again.
From the very back of the class, or like a 60 kid classroom, and I'm in the very back of the band room. Yeah, I was probably like a year and a half, 2 years older than that picture. And yeah, I got in a lot of trouble for that one, and that is one of many. There was a point where when I would get in trouble, he would make me leave the band room, go outside of the football field, and run laps.
Oh my god!
Funny. And you just did?
What else? What am I gonna do? Say no?
Yeah, I mean, you could have.
Go
Yeah,
out
you
bedroom
definitely.
and
You
just
definitely.
If I say no, then like I'm going to the principal's office, and then like my parents are getting involved, and like I'd rather just run laps.
Oh my
fair,
god,
honestly.
yo, getting said, dude.
I become a teacher. I'm gonna give you two choices: either go run a lap around the football field, or go to the office.
No, you do the money ball. Be like, you need to do some player evals for me. You got 30 minutes. I need pull up fan graphs. I want to break down. No, so when I lived in St. Louis in first grade,
that's the Dodgers' first extra base hit tonight. By the way, it's the top of the ninth, and they were winning.
That's shocking.
Yeah, it's gross. My entire first grade class got in trouble because should I say this story? We got in trouble because we were you know how when you're a young man and you're at a urinal, you see how far back you can walk.
Of course.
Of course.
What do you mean young man?
Like first grade, like we're in elementary school, like, you know.
That's part of the process, yeah.
Right. So the way the bathroom was designed at our elementary school, we could stand out in the hallway.
What? What?
So every single man got called. I'm crying thinking about this. Got called into the principal's office and got like a talk to about like, because a teacher would like round the corner and see like 8 kids like in the hallway
peeing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's sick.
And like I remember like I called my mom like, and she was like, I was like, I was like trying to like play it off. I was like, I'm just using the bathroom. Like I remember like so vividly trying to like bargain out of it with my mom. By being like, I don't know why I'm getting in trouble. I'm just using the bathroom. Like, I'm not.
from the hallway.
How about this response? How about this? How about this? When a student is disrespectful, I'm just going to say, quote, your mother would never let you talk to your new dad like that.
That's a good response.
Dog, I'm actually crying. I haven't thought about that. Like, dude, we had to have like the principal and like all the male teachers at the elementary school like talk to us about like what it means to be responsible as a man, and like I was dying laughing to myself the whole time hearing that speech. It was like
so funny. See,
man,
like when I was in high school, I think the worst thing I ever like said wasn't even bad. Like at this point, I was a senior in high school. I was the editor of the yearbook, and so my senior quote, because I knew no one was going to check it after I finished it. Was so my tennis coach. He was a tennis coach for 4 years, also my history teacher for 2.
Shout out tennis coaches.
Shout out. His name was Mr. Mayfield. Shout out Mayfield.
Shout out Ted Keeley.
He was bald.
All right.
And my senior quote was, "The only thing brighter than my future is Mayfield's head."
That's not as good. That's a good joke though. That's a good joke.
It was, and then I didn't tell anybody about it until we have 1,000 yearbooks printed. And we're distributing them. And then I walk into class the next day, and someone had showed it to him by this point. And so he's like, "So what you said there?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "It's pretty good." And I'm like, "Thanks." And that's all that came of it. He was, because at this point I had known him I saw him almost every day for 4 years at that point. So like I loved him. He was a great teacher too. Got me to pass 2 AP tests that I didn't give a single shit about. So.
Hey, but viewers at home study. AP exams are going on right now. Best of luck to you guys. Go crush
Take your AP exams, but also if you don't pass them, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. At the very least, definitely take the exam. If you're gonna take the class, take the exam. Like
I took 2 AP math tests in high school and failed both of them.
I didn't take a single AP math. I took nothing. But you know what's really funny is I still took the AP exam.
I also majored in math, Carson.
But I didn't use them to. Well, I was about to say I took nothing. I took a bunch of history ones. I didn't use a single one to opt out of any classes in college though, because I was talking to my dad about it, and I'm like, well, it doesn't count towards your GPA, right? It's only credits. He's like, yeah. I'm like, no, I'd rather just get the A in the class I know I can get the A in. And here we are.
Fair.
No, if we're talking about like truly hilariously disrespectful things to say to a teacher, my friend Justin Ortiz, I refer to him as Ortiz because he's a last name friend. We all have some last name friends, I'm sure, in our friend group. Yeah. Are you you're Bentley?
I don't think anyone I'm close with has called me Scott in probably over a decade. Yeah.
Oh, nice. We all call him B-Man 416. That's how we refer to him.
So we were playing pickup basketball. He like got injured and like had to get pretty like intense surgery on his legs. So he had a pretty big cast and stuff. It was on crutches. It's like second semester senior year, and we're in Spanish, and I had the fortunate he had like a pass and we got to carry his backpack for him because he had to use crutches and stuff. So thankfully I got to do that. So I got to leave class early. I got to get home earlier. It was nice. So we're like packing up to leave, and we were doing something like fairly important. Like I'm pretty sure like studying for a quiz for Spanish. And our Spanish teacher was like, "Oh, like Senor Ortiz, are you sure you can't like stay the entire time?" And I'm not kidding. Without skipping a beat, this kid doesn't turn around and goes, "Yeah, no, don't think I can. See ya." And just kept walking. And I don't think I would have the stones to say something like that, but just like didn't even turn around. Like just, yeah, nope.
Sorry.
Yeah, can't do it. It just kept going. All right. And at that point, it was like, I had to follow him. I'm holding his backpack. So I was like, I guess that's my stance on this too now. Ooh.
Like I'm supposed to follow him.
Yes.
Whoa. That's incredible.
Yeah, that was I didn't like her either, so. I did.
I truly feel bad for the first kid that does something like that to Dylan Bindy's stand. I genuinely feel bad for that kid. I really do, because he is going to regret it so quickly.
Like he had to have been student teaching at some point, right? Or have you not done that yet? Like, That's my new question. Yeah,
Gare, I don't think he has yet.
Because he's gonna have to before he actually teaches at some point.
Well, yeah, for sure.
I'm assuming he'll probably do
it. That's next step, baby.
Yeah, he can probably.
That's fair.
Maybe he's doing it for like summer.
He's
school
probably doing it soon. Like, yeah, I mean, I just know my school had a program you can do it concurrently with your degree.
Robbie Erlin? Sorry.
Who?
I was listening. First MLB appearance since 2020 for this cat.
Wait, right now?
Yes, correct.
Oh,
Robbie
wow.
Erlin is the current Dodgers pitcher as we speak.
Right. I didn't realize that it had been since 2020 that since he's been on a major league mound.
Maybe TJ?
Wow.
Maybe
bad?
Always a possibility.
That is Padres legend Robbie Erlin.
Maybe he
when last year we had
he was a Brave in 20. He was a Brave in 2020. Had an 8.49 ERA in 23 innings. What was his
name, dude? Who am I? I can't think. We signed one of our lefty relievers last year. I don't know why I can't remember his name. Oh, it was Ian Kroll for sure. Actually, Ian Kroll.
Shout out Ian Kroll
for the Tigers last year. He was like he pitched in like 20 games. Like he was like an established-ish part of our bullpen. And it was the first time he had pitched on a major league mound since 2018. And even in 2018, he only pitched 2 innings. The last full season he had was 2017. So he had a 5-year gap in between like full seasons. And then the last time he was a Tiger in 2015. So it was 6 or 7 seasons in between Tigers tenures and 5 in between major league tenures. It was crazy.
Jeez.
We literally signed him out of independent ball. He was playing indie ball, and we were like, let's get Ian Kroll back.
There's a guy like that on the
shout Ian Kroll.
There's a guy like that for the Padres that got signed last year. He literally was like he'd like given up on baseball. He was like working in like a factory, and then
Evan Gaddis was an airport janitor.
Yeah, like
I love Evan Gaddis. Evan Gaddis is one of my favorite, just random guys.
The Padres, like Astros thing, I was the big, and I still like him, but like I was when Evan Gaddis first came over and was playing for the Braves, I did no batting gloves growing up too. Like he did the no batting gloves. Like
that makes so much sense.
Yeah, it's very on brand.
Well, the Padres dude. Okay, so he was working at like a factory or something, and I forget his name, bro. Like,
you're looking it up.
Yeah.
I think his initials are YM.
And what's cool about it though is the only reason he even got back into baseball is because a couple of guys that he worked with were like, we like need a guy for our like adult men's league game. Do you want to come play? And he was like, sure. And then it was like fast pitch baseball, and he was pumping like 96. And they were like, you should maybe consider like being a baseball player again. Because Jesus Christ, bro. Like imagine you like ask a dude you work like the night shift with, like, hey man, we got like a fast pitch game. Like we need a guy, like, do you want to just come throw? And he just is like, yeah, sure. And just throws 96.
Yeah, that's like, nuts. That's a crazy story.
That's awesome though.
And
I love that.
He like got convinced to like keep pitching again. What's this dude's name? I'm on the roster. Where is this guy?
Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah, when Evan Gaddis first got to the bigs, like I also loved him. Huge fan.
Dude, I
loved him. Blanco. The white bear. Like, incredible.
Who was this dude? I remember because I remember listening to it. It was on an episode of Cespedes Family Barbecue. I remember listening to the story and being like, "Oh my god, like how?"
Yeah, I know exactly the story and the guy you're talking about, but I have no idea what his name is either.
Yeah.
I also just want to point out really quick. So Mother's Day they do all the pink jerseys, kind of like everything. Like a lot of teams will kind of feature a lot of stuff. I feel like neither of these teams, besides Will Smith's catcher's gear, have like tried much at all. With all the big stuff.
Yeah, the hat.
It's very, very toned down.
Well, everybody's hat has like the under brim. Well, the under brim is pink for whatever reason.
Right, yeah, it is because they're gray hats with the logo itself is pink and the under brim is pink. But a lot of guys are like very visibly, if they don't normally wear their pants had to wear them high for today to show off like the pink socks, pink cleats, pink arm sleeves, all that kind of stuff. And I feel like most of the guys in this game just didn't. Like they'll change. Most guys will change up for a day.
I think it's Ryan Weathers for the Padres. I think that's the guy that
Ryan Weathers, the 20-year-old pitching prospect that they had that looks like Will Arvin.
Is it him? I don't remember.
It's not Ryan Weathers. I almost guarantee you it's not Ryan Weathers.
Yeah, why can't it's not?
See if I can find it. I doubt I can, but
I'm literally about to like dig through a podcast episode to see if I can like remember it.
See if this is it.
No, not you.
I didn't look up anything super helpful, but it's all not. It's terribly.
Whatever, it happened.
And I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. This is like the Mandela effect.
Yeah. Let's see here. Joe Biemel?
Maybe.
It might be this guy. Oh God. The Athletic. Stop. I'm logged in on my phone, but not on my computer. I don't know why I have like the Athletic like logged in on my phone, but not on my computer.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It's a little weird, but let me see if I can find it now in here. There it is. Well, I haven't. I'm tired. I'm not gonna look for it. I think it's this guy. What I just say his name was Joe Biemel. Biemel. Wikipedia. No, this guy played in like 2001. Like, it's probably not this guy.
No, yeah, like a dude was on
Nathan Patterson from Peyton. That name ringing a bell. I was wondering why this guy, his name sounded so familiar as well. It's definitely not this man. Nathan Patterson.
Let's see.
This is the guy that threw like 95 at a Rockies like game thing. At a Rockies game, the little pitch. The pitch, how fast? Yeah, that's
and
pitch
that is the final out. The Dodgers win this one 7-1. Hopefully, next Sunday's is a lot better of a game because this was honestly a snooze fest.
This game, I can guarantee the game next week will be better.
It should be.
I can guarantee you it won't because it's a Cardinals game.
Scott, I don't know if you're aware of this, but Nolan Arenado's back to MVP form, pal. So.
You know we have a new clip.
Back?
Yeah, I'd say back.
Back to when was he in MVP form?
Is that a joke?
Oh!
There he goes! There he goes!
Swing and a drive!
Kevin Kiermaier.
I don't know what just happened.
I do not know.
I'm playing clips. I'm just playing clips.
Are you we're just hitting the fun. No, what do you mean back to? Is it a joke? No, it's absolutely been MVP candidate before in his career.
I mean, candidate-ish, sure.
Candidate-ish, dog. He had a 5-year run where I'm pretty sure he was like top 6 in MVP voting every single year.
Yeah, I would say 6th for MVP voting is candidate-ish.
I don't
think
third?
6th. I don't think 6th
What's
in MVP
third?
voting makes you like close to being an MVP.
Do you consider third?
Yeah, if you're like when they do like the award ceremony thing and they bring up like 3 FaceTime calls, if you're one of those 3, then sure, that's an MVP form.
Okay. Then he's back at MVP form, and that's a valid statement to give. Yelich so desperately did not deserve 2018 MVP.
He did have a 4-year little run there finishing top 6, but
Yeah,
that is an accurate statement. He finished 3rd once. So
he'll be getting first. He'll be getting first this year.
You think he's gonna win National League MVP?
Hey man, did you not see the big old finger cross that I did and I smiled like a goofball? No, I don't think he's actually gonna do it, but he could. He could.
He also,
yeah, so could.
I think the way more likely thing is that he couldn't.
I think he could because
statistically how it works.
Acuna missed a month, right? Let's play narrative ball here. Acuna missed a month. The Nationals could be bad enough that Soto won't get it, and then at that point, you knock those two out. Kind of, I feel like it could be a little wide open.
I mean, you still have a lot of guys.
I don't think team success.
There's still a lot of guys for sure. Like Tatis won't play enough games though. Like there's no, like.
I don't think team success matters for baseball MVP really.
I think
Sometimes
it definitely can. I think it definitely.
Some of the homers care enough about it.
Yeah. Like the
I'm
Nationals,
just saying, like,
the Nationals very well.
If Juan Soto puts up like an 8.5 win season and has
for sure.
1,000 OPS,
yes.
like
Yes,
he's not gonna not
deserves
win.
Play this game with me, okay? Nolan Arenado has an OPS that's within 100 points of Juan Soto, and the Nationals have the worst record in baseball. I think that Arenado would win MVP over Soto because of the writers. I really think that would happen.
100 points? No, I don't.
Yeah, we're talking about 1,030 to 950. If that's the difference, that's it. That's like an 80-point difference.
That's
within
not 100.
I said within 100.
Yeah. I don't.
Implies...
Right. Yeah. It also implies 100, which I don't think is possible.
I don't know, man.
I don't think because like
and I'm not talking about just Arenado period. I'm talking about anybody with Soto. I think that Juan Soto
because like Soto's
Soto
defense
is a
has
prime
also gotten significantly better as well.
I think that I'm saying that Juan Soto I think is a prime will get hosed out of the MVP award this year candidate. That's what I think.
I think that's feasible. I mean, if you were to like place money on anyone to take that crown, I think he would probably. That's fair. I think he would probably be the one.
Yeah, because he's got competition within his own division with Acuna. Like, like
for sure.
Because Acuna or Soto probably could have put up more WAR, but like if I don't think Acuna will hit the pace to go 40-40 this year. But like there's gonna be a season where Juan Soto could literally have 1.5 more WAR than Acuna, but Acuna will go like 48 homers, 46 steals. He's gonna win MVP.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Anyway.
Sorry for taking us a little over the time here.
No, you're good. Anyway, speaking of Arenado, we do have not Dodgers. Dodgers just played. We do have Cardinals Giants next week. Scott's gonna be in hell with Carson and I talking about that.
Woo!
Yeah, Scott's saying woo. That's what I keep hearing. Like there's a weird. I hear the woo part. Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for joining us tonight. I couldn't tell you a single thing that like was a continuous topic throughout the night. Because last week we had the Hall of Fame thing, and this was all over the place as it usually is.
Scott being cranky and us supporting teachers. Those are the two themes of continuity tonight.
Yeah, sure. Anyway.
Yeah.
Game 7-1 Dodgers, unfortunately, but as expected, the Cubs stink. But if you don't know where to find us, how'd you get here? Second of all, if you want to continue supporting us and all we do, our Twitter handles are on the screen. If you want to support Diamond Digest as a whole, the website diamond-digest.com, Twitter @diamond_digest, Instagram diamond.digest. So, anything from you guys or?
I don't know. Continue to support educators and teachers. Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, those are good points.
I think those two I'm happy with. Scott, anything from you?
No, I think you guys said it.
Diego, I think there's only one thing left to say then.